Hello, today we're talking about the best places to live in Tampa, Florida. Hi, I'm Lisa Carroll.
And I'm Maria Nager.
We're with Tampa Team TLC here in Tampa, Florida, local realtors, and today we're talking about some of the best neighborhoods and places to live in Tampa, Florida, and some things to consider. How we came up with this list? This is why.
So, first of all, what kind of home do you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for a single family, condo, or townhome? And Tampa has a little bit of everything from historic bungalows, golf course homes, downtown high-rise condos,
Beachfront,
waterfront estates, and more. Beachfront. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a beachfront
waterfront,
condo.
Lakefront, ski lake.
Oh,
Canal
ski
front,
lakes.
access
Ski lakes
to
are
the Gulf.
popular.
You know, lots of choices. So you need to figure out what is it you're looking for.
We've also got master plan communities, of course, which have resort style amenities.
Yeah.
So you feel like you're truly on vacation. But keep in mind, those often come with an HOA and or CDD fee.
If you're not familiar with what that is, check out our video about the difference between an HOA and a CDD.
CDD, yep.
Definitely.
Good information there.
So schools, you definitely want to consider schools, even if you don't have kids. Why? Well, resale.
Resale.
So if you're considering buying in this street or that street, this has great schools, this has not so great schools, and you love both houses, buy this one because it has great schools and it'll just help you with resale down the line.
Exactly. Commute, another important thing on where you work or will be dealing with effective rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
And like Lisa said earlier, we do have some really heavy traveled roads during rush hour. I-4, Suncoast Parkway.
275.
Yeah, some of those roads can be very intense. So we have, again, several interstates. I just said it. I-75, I-4, I-275, which goes through downtown Tampa and across the bay. Oh, what's that other bridge?
The Howard Franklin.
Oh, the Howard Franklin.
Yeah, so definitely consider
Yes.
your commute and traffic patterns
Right.
when you're picking where you want to live.
And we have two toll roads as well. We have the Selmon Expressway, east-west, connecting the MacDill Air Force Base with Brandon, and the Veterans Expressway, also called the Suncoast or 589.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has three names, but it does.
Because it started as one and then they kept extending it.
Is
and then
that
it became
why?
the Suncoast. Yep.
Okay.
We were so excited when it started. It was
Yeah.
the Veterans Expressway.
Right.
580, whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all the same
It runs
thing,
north and
really,
south.
but it runs,
so that's a great road too.
So here's a breakdown of some of the most popular areas to live in Tampa Bay. Number one, always has been and probably always will be South Tampa. South Tampa is considered anything south
Bougie.
of Kennedy, south of Kennedy, all the way down to MacDill Air Force Base, and it ranges from some smaller homes way down by the base that are not that expensive on up to the $1 million homes up in the Hyde Park area.
Oh, love Hyde Park.
Yep.
one
Harbor
of my
Island, Davis Island. It's all near downtown Tampa. You have old bungalows, beautiful new high rises,
$1 million
all
homes.
kinds of things, all kinds of restaurants, all kinds of great schools. It's really a wonderful place, but it is very pricey.
Yeah, for sure. But it is beautiful. Even if you drive down it, Bayshore Drive.
Oh,
right?
it's
You're
gorgeous.
on the water. It's
Yep.
it's beautiful.
It's
there.
gorgeous with views of the city
Yes.
behind.
That's like our fun weekend thing to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, we go to Hyde Park. We drive around. We have lunch or dinner, and then even around the holidays, you go by Bayshore.
I lived in Hyde Park when I was young.
Did you?
Yep, I lived in there when I was young before I owned anything. I was 19 or so and rented
wow. That would
an
be a great
apartment.
place to live at
It
that
was
age.
a great place to live, and
Yes.
I just migrated up north and never got back down there. But we
Right.
have great friends that live in South Tampa
Yeah.
and people that love South Tampa. So South Tampa is definitely big in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, for sure. Another real popular area is Westchase, right?
Oh
A lot
yeah.
of people love Westchase. So it's a master planned community northwest of downtown. The Veterans Expressway toll road makes Westchase easily accessible to downtown Tampa. Also the beaches, Tampa International Airport. So again, you can get to St. Pete, Clearwater via the Courtney Campbell Causeway.
Mhm, yep.
That's another one too. And the Howard Franklin Bridge,
Yeah.
which we talked
I
about.
like Westchase because it's close to the beaches. So it's really close
Yes.
to it's west, really far west compared to all the other areas we're talking
Right.
about today.
Yes.
And Westchase is kind of like its own little town too, like Hyde Park and South
Right,
Tampa.
right.
It has its own restaurants and shops, and you can ride your bike or get to it real easily
It's
within the
really
community.
cool.
Its own Publix, its own schools.
Right.
Everything is right there. So it's really a great place to consider. It really started being built out in the very late 90s, early 2000s. So some of the homes are older in Westchase, and then they have some newer
But
areas.
also been renovated too.
Yep.
A lot
And then
of
they
those
also have like Waterchase and some newer communities that are surrounding Westchase that are kind of considered Westchase now.
Right.
All of that is.
Right. So they have many neighborhood parks and amenities and even a golf course.
Yep. So
Yes.
Carrollwood is next on the list, and Carrollwood is where I grew up when I was living here as a youngster with my parents. I moved to Carrollwood. Northdale, Carrollwood area is beautiful. It's older. It's very well established.
Right.
It's got small communities, not master plan communities like we're going to talk about next, and some of these bigger, newer
More just
communities.
a neighborhood.
It's more just a neighborhood,
Right.
but it's got lots of different restaurants, lots of shops, lots of golf courses,
Nice
country
property.
club.
The
Carrollwood
people
Country Club.
have property too,
Yep.
like typically.
Nice sized land,
Yeah.
and it's very beautiful.
Not cookie cutter.
Yeah, so Carrollwood's right in the center of Tampa,
Yeah.
and it's very convenient.
popular.
Very convenient.
Then we have Odessa and Lutz. Odessa's got a lot of farms and
Lakes.
equestrians and so that's a great area. So Odessa and Lutz are two neighboring towns in the northwest Hillsborough. It's known for its excellent schools, horse farms, lakefront homes, and well-established neighborhoods as well. It is popular with families due to its A-rated schools and, again, easy access to the Veterans Expressway, and it has a very rural feel.
Yeah.
Has a lot of open space, yet has easy access to shopping and restaurants.
Yes.
Odessa's
yes.
great place
I
too.
love Odessa and
Me
Lutz,
too.
definitely. So
Yeah.
we lived in Odessa for many years, and then we
a
migrated
gypsy.
even further north.
She has
to
been
Land
everywhere
O'Lakes.
in Florida, this
Well,
girl.
Being a realtor for 27 years, you kind of go, ooh, that looks nice. Let's try that. But
Yeah.
I've been in most places. I stay a long time, and I love them all. But Land O'Lakes is next on the list, and it used to be when I was in high school. Land O'Lakes was like nothing.
Just
there was
land
nothing.
of lakes and cows.
There was just nothing up
Farms.
here. And
Orange groves.
you know, when I lived in Carrollwood,
Right.
you'd come up north to Land O'Lakes, you felt like you were in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
Yes.
there was literally one neighborhood, I think, Lake Paget
Yeah.
Estates
Yeah.
at the time that was built back in the 90s, you know, and the early 90s. So
And-
it's
and in the
just
past
expanded.
6-7 years,
It's booming.
has just
It's booming. So if
like
you
doubled.
want new construction, if you want a newer home, if you want the rural feel, we're still rural in compared to Tampa as far as traffic goes. You're not just jam packed. It's getting busier and busier though. There's more
Correct.
restaurants,
right.
more grocery shops, more everything, and just lots of new construction. And most of the communities are master plan communities with CDD fees, which we've done a video on before, and you should check that out if you haven't seen that video to explain what a CDD fee is. But you have, parks, pools, workout
Recreation
facilities within your neighborhood that only you guys get to use. So it's really nice. It's beautiful. We've got some great schools in Land O'Lakes as well. So it's definitely one of the most popular areas to live.
And next on the list is going to be New Tampa. So people are like, what's New Tampa? So New Tampa, it also encompasses an area called Tampa Palms.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few other big communities over there, Hunters Green, Arbor Green, K-Bar Ranch.
I'll tell you, back in the day when New Tampa started being called New Tampa,
Right.
I was a realtor. And
So
there
the
was
90s?
there was like nothing out there.
Right.
And
it was
so
the first ones.
Yeah, it was, so at the time you drive out Bruce B. Downs towards where 75 is and everything now. There was nothing. And then they started building these communities and building
Right.
kind of like they were
Right.
doing in Land O'Lakes now. And now we call this area New Tampa. So I guess it got the name New Tampa because
It was the first
new
area to
development
open outside of Tampa.
But it's so it's kind of weird, but we call it New Tampa.
Yeah, and it's very highly sought after. A lot of people really love the location, and
It's right
the
off
neighborhoods.
75.
Right, 75
Close
Bruce
to
B. Downs. You're
also
close to the
hospitals.
outlets, the hospitals, Wiregrass
Yeah.
Mall, so it's very convenient to a lot of things. Very family oriented out there as well.
And I think that one area that is an up and coming area that we get a lot of calls on lately is Wesley Chapel. Because Wesley Chapel is kind of like New Tampa
Right,
now.
it borders New Tampa.
It butts up to it, just
Right.
north of it.
Right.
And it's right off 75 and it is booming. So it's new construction. We get calls almost
Every
weekly,
day.
people asking for Wesley Chapel.
Right.
They've heard about Wesley Chapel and it has a lot of great things. So if you haven't seen our other videos about Wesley Chapel, we do have some and you should check those out for sure. We have neighborhood videos of Wesley Chapel, and we also have fun things to do in Wesley Chapel.
Right. And I think if you look at the map, you will see that where Wesley Chapel is, it's kind of northeast of Tampa, kind of heading towards almost straight over to Orlando.
Yep.
I
So
think
that's
eventually
another,
we're going to have a
like a corridor.
cut through.
Yeah, go in there. So
Yeah.
last on our list today of some of the most popular areas to live in the Tampa Bay area is Lithia. So Lithia is a small town way out east of Brandon and Riverview.
Yeah.
And Fishhawk Ranch there is the neighborhood that everyone just loves. Schools are great. Again, it's an equestrian area. A lot of Lithia is farmland, horses,
another master planned community.
Yeah, but Fishhawk Ranch is a big, beautiful community out there. People love it. Some people that work at the base, MacDill Air Force Base, like to be out there because they commute across the downtown, that corridor there, across that expressway. So Lithia is another great place to consider.
Access to the how you say
Alafaya River. Yep, is out there. So there's so many great places to live in our area. So we just picked a few today to share with you that are some of the most popular, but there are so many more great opportunities, all different price range, styles. You know, I think we should focus once on just the beautiful new high rises down in South Tampa.
We should.
And do some videos on that. So we'll work on those for you guys to see next. Yep. Thanks so much for watching today. We appreciate you guys giving us a thumbs up, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, clicking the little bell. And
if you didn't know before about the great areas to live in the Tampa area, now you know more.
There you go. Ciao for now.
Ciao.